Okay, welcome everybody. I'm Matteo Trucco from Cleveland Clinic Children's. Want to welcome you all. Some housekeeping points. The most important one is please to all the speakers, we need to keep on time. Same thing for the moderators for the panels. If you're trying to squeeze a 30-minute talk into 10 minutes, it's not going to happen, especially because we're live streaming. People that are wanting to attend specific sessions need to know what time it is. So we are going to be strict with the time. We will interrupt you unceremoniously. Questions will come in from the virtual attendees through the chat, which we'll monitor, and then Rob, who is over here, is our floor manager. He's got a microphone. Raise your hand, wave him down, he'll come and bring you the mic. And he may or may not have a taser in his pocket to take down the speaker if they go long. We'll have plenty of breaks. Please save your questions till the panel at the end. And we look forward to having a great conference. Thank you all for coming. And now I'll introduce Anne Graham, who needs no introduction, but she'll do the official welcoming remarks. Thank you.
Of my speaking, most people are not here, I think. Welcome, everybody, to the 5th annual Factor Conference. I am truly, as ever, astonished by and deeply grateful for your presence. It was especially difficult to get here this year, so I'm going to add impressed by your presence today. Thank you. How incredibly unique this osteosarcoma community is. The dedication of those who regularly and intentionally gather, communicate, collaborate, all of it, it's powerful, and it's been and is and will continue to be transformative. This is a credit to your patients, your research, your peers, and your child. Showing up for all of us matters greatly. That we get together is a credit to our partners. These partners we are incredibly grateful for. BTG Specialty Pharmaceuticals is one of those. They support our mission in so many ways, including Turbo, our virtual tumor board, which is about to go international. Breaking news on that, so thank you, BTG. Your showing up and being our partners on an ongoing basis is really meaningful and powerful. Thank you. We have great appreciation for the Osteosarcoma Institute. Their partnership has been ongoing and a great collaboration for our shared mission to make it better for kids with osteosarcoma. We together can truly move forward osteosarcoma, and this matters greatly, so thank you, OSI. My name is Anne Graham, and I'm an osteosarcoma survivor. I was diagnosed at age 43, and I was treated in the Pediatric Cancer Center despite my age. The grueling treatment changed my body. The kids I was treated with changed my life. They were and continue to be extraordinary teachers to me. A quote by St. Augustine describes this brand of teaching best. Teach the gospel always. When necessary, use words. One of my favorite teachers was Frankie. He was 8 years old. And one morning when I was waiting for my labs to come back so I could start treatment, I sat next to Frankie and he was playing a video game as per usual. I don't know what brand of cancer Frankie had. What I did know is that he didn't look good. We were both focused on the gaming console and his defeating of aliens or something. A few minutes into the battle, I see Louise, who was my chemo nurse, coming down the hall. Now, I adored Louise, but the sight of her made me physically ill. Because usually, when she's coming down the hall, she's pulling an IV pole filled with bags of chemo and needles and things that really made me sick. So during anticipation of her coming toward me, I did what I usually did, which was I would instinctively cover my port and pull my shoulder back. At this swerve was pretty quickly thereafter sort of covered up by my shame, because Frankie was so much better at all of this than I was. He saw Louise, pulled up his shirt, put his port forward so that Louise could easily access his port. The drip started. Frankie went back to his game. My shame was because Louise knew the battle royale I would wage when I saw her coming toward me and covering up, so I was making it more difficult for her to do her job. Frankie's acceptance of where he was and what he needed to do was courageous and even gracious. His courage is a teacher, and it matters. What you have matters. One person does not hold the singular key to unlocking osteosarcoma. We all have something that we can do to make it better. We all have an essential piece. Some of it is in some of our bodies, some of it is in our research, some is in our minds. What I know for sure is by your presence is that for all of us, it's in our hearts to make it better. Osteosarcoma demands that the brightest minds, the devoted loved ones, the steadfast allies be bound together in radical dedication to collaboration to make it better. Thank you for using your powers for good, for joining us in the conspiracy to make it better for kids with osteosarcoma. Thank you for showing up, providing support, for being like Frankie, and for being like the many kids like him who had more courage than they should ever have had to have mustered at their age to try to live. Together, we can do this. All of us in this room, together we can and we will cause a cure. Thank you. Speaking of teachers who use not words, but example, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce you to Kara Skrubus. She is MIB Agents Junior Advisory Board President. Kara's leadership of our truly extraordinary young adults is an instructive and inspirational example to me. Please know and welcome Kara Skrubus.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kara Skrubus. I am the 2022 president of MIB Agents Junior Advisory Board, and I am so honored to be here in the beautiful San Diego with you all today. I'd like to start off by thanking you all for joining us here at Factor 2022. You have traveled long and far, dealt with COVID precautions, and to many are missing important days at clinic, work, home, whatever it may be. We appreciate your dedication to joining us, both in person and virtually, and we want to note that none of this would be possible without your support and dedication. Thank you. My osteosarcoma story starts in the year 2020, one of our favorite years. I studied pre-professional ballet since the age of 3 up until my freshman year of college, when I started to get bad knee pain. Obviously, we all know how this ended up. I was diagnosed with osteosarcoma in January of 2020 and endured 9 months of MAP chemotherapy, a left above the knee amputation, and 8 more months of immunotherapy. Me telling this story feels like a broken record. I don't have enough fingers or toes to count how many times I've told my life story and my struggle with this disease. It was when I was writing this speech that I couldn't help but become angry. Angry at osteosarcoma, of course, but angry that it is pure luck that I'm up here telling my story and not the thousands of others who have passed from this terrible disease. So in drafting this speech in my upstate New York home, I decided I wanted to tell you all about someone very important to me. This person never got a chance to tell his story. The world was never lucky enough to hear what he had to say. So I stand here in his honor, attempting to do my best to tell the fraction of his story that I know, in hopes that we get to share and hear every child's story, both here with us and not anymore. Some of you may know me from my obsession with TikTok. I started to make funny videos when I was undergoing chemo because, well, it's funny to see someone who is bald and have one leg attempt to do a TikTok dance. With quite a few followers, I would make it my best effort to read almost every comment, every direct message. I did this because many of the people commenting said something along the lines of, "I had osteo too," or "My brother has osteo," and I appreciated their honesty and vulnerability. A few days after ringing the bell, I got a direct message from an account called MoodyChild18. Sketchy, I know, but when I opened this direct message, it said, and I direct quote, "Hey, my name is Will. I'm wondering what sort of cancer you have. I've been diagnosed myself and trying to look for people to talk to about something similar that I'm about to go through." At first, my mind told me stranger danger. I tested Will to see if he knew the basics of osteo terms, just to make sure he wasn't an online stalker trying to murder me in my sleep. What I soon learned was that Will was 18 years old, just diagnosed with osteosarcoma in his right leg, and from the furthest point in the world from me that he could have possibly lived, Rockhampton, Australia. The day that Will messaged me was the first day of a year's worth of the most beautiful friendship I've ever had. I'm forever grateful for his courage to reach out to me. I attempted to be there for Will for every step of his treatment. As much as I tried to offer support and advice to him, he really helped me in so many more ways. Because of the 16-hour ahead time difference, I would have long nights texting him, and I knew he would stay up to talk to me as well. There is an odd solace in knowing someone will be there to text back when you have a 3 a.m. panic attack. We discussed treatment plans, what he would need going into treatment, surgeries, statistics, and I sent him every possible link on MIB's website. We bonded over syncing our nausea waves and cracking up over the cancer patient's posts on Instagram. One of our favorite things to do was to send pictures outside of our car's windows because our worlds were so different. I was fascinated by his Aussie language, saying heaps and macas, and I remember Will being in awe that deer were real, as he would ask, "Are they as dumb as people say that they are?" Will received limb salvage surgery in hopes of continuing his firefighting career, and was just about to finish MAP when things started to get bad. He started to get unfortunate scan results, and within a few weeks of the first bad sign, had to get airlifted to his Queensland hospital. Will was a very shy guy. He didn't accept just anyone into his heart. So after a year's worth of friendship, when he finally asked me to talk on the phone, I knew things were not looking good. We'll never forget that phone call just 2 days before he passed. There are so many things I kick myself over, so much I wish I had said differently, but I will forever be grateful I got to hear his silly little Australian accent and got to tell him I loved him. Will passed peacefully on August 13th, 2021. I sit here and I tell you Will's story because unfortunately most of you know a similar story, or possibly a few. I never got the chance to meet Will in real life or spend time with him in person. The pain I felt from his loss, I cannot even begin to imagine that of a child or family member. I felt so much anger that Will's story was never told until MIB gave me the platform to do so, and so many more children deserve to have their stories told and honored. I hate and love to read the stories of your loved ones as well through MIB's postings. I attempt to stand up here, help uplift their stories, and create change. I wanted to meet Victoria, finally hug Charlotte, see Dylan's cute smile, and so many more children that couldn't be here with us today. They are my purpose for everything I do for MIB. I would go through it all again just to be able to have them here on the stage next to me. At the end of the day, I hope I did Will a small justice, and I hope each and every one of you knows how much you are doing for your child, your sibling, your friend, your patient, both here with us and not with us on this earth. It is with MIB that I get to live out my life's motto: pain into purpose, pain into power. Here at Factor 2022, you'll be hearing many hard stories. I encourage you all to listen with an open heart, love, and lots of hope. I am tremendously grateful for the work of MIB and cannot wait to see what we become. Being a part of the Junior Advisory Board, I'm able to share these stories and hear stories from my peers. Will's legacy was leaving me with a sense of togetherness, the same way MIB creates a community of strength in numbers. Whether you are here in person with us today or tuning in virtually, I hope you all know the power this community has and the power you have within this community. With this power, we can create change. I just know it. I'm now honored to introduce you all to the wonderful Isabelle Wolf, MIB's Director of Programs. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Isabelle Wolf. I first came to MIB because of Matthew. I'm here today because of all the osteo warriors and osteo angels and the people who love them. I'm here to talk to you about programs, which I think is the heart of MIB. And we'd like to start talking first about gamer agents, which is very well represented here at Factor by the great Sean Brosnan. Sean's going to talk to you because he knows a lot more about gaming than I will ever know.
Whew. All right, first I want to thank the bravery of our warriors. You guys can probably tell I'm scared to death up here, but they bring me a little bit more strength, and I'm going to be forever grateful for that. So first I want to say, how's it going, everyone? My name is Sean, and I'm an MIB Gamer Agent. MIB Gamer Agents is an online gaming community that connects those affected by osteosarcoma. We connect via Xbox, PlayStation, PC, Nintendo Switch, Smoke Signal, whatever you guys got. We're happy to play any game available, and if we don't have it, we'll figure it out, we'll grab it. Additionally, we are a forum composed of MIB-trained agents who are eager to act as guides through difficult times, hoping to be an outlet to vent to without fear of being judged, excluded, or outcasted. Gamer Agents works to build a safe community of those affected by osteosarcoma and grants interactions with people who can actually understand their experience on a much more meaningful level. This creates an environment, This creates an environment where everyone involved is able to share their ideas and feelings with people who will actually listen and be able to really hear what they're saying. Furthermore, not to state the obvious, but being cramped inside is not great for anyone's mental health. That's why, as well as moral support, gamer agents are here to stimulate the mind. By doing something as simple as playing some video games, one can keep themselves active and learning in a place where it's not as easily accessible as, as if you're just in the confines of, the hospital or anything. So virtual reality really just gives you so much more opportunities to really just do so many more things. Our whole team is inspired to create a comfortable space in which all players can benefit, all the while playing their favorite games. We are accepting those who have had osteosarcoma as well as their family members, so if you or a loved one is interested in being a part of the team, please feel free to visit Gamer HQ or ask me any questions you may have, because we are very excited to game with you. I'm stepping down from Chief Gamer Agent, passing it off to my good friend Bentley, but you know, I'm still going to be there. I'm still going to be contributing. So any questions you guys have, let me know. I'm happy to answer them, even though I'm shaking up here.
Am I supposed to do this? Okay, got it. There we go. Okay, Warrior Mail. Any of you who have ever heard me speak at any MIB event know this is my favorite program. We are, at this point, we're up to between 400 and 500 cards and letters every single month going out to our young, brave warriors. You know, it's very interesting. Something that has come to my really attention recently is a lot of people put gifts in the bags. You know, we get packages of, I'll get like, 30 letters from a family and then 16 books, and presents to give to them. But what the kids really like, and I have been told on several occasions, they like the cards and letters best. They really want to communicate with people who are thinking about them. And we had a mother write to me and she said, I just want to tell you to please continue the Warrior Mail, even though my daughter is NED, because she's so proud to tell people at church that the warrior writers, the writer agents at MIB, they say I'm brave. Well, what more can we possibly tell a child than you're brave, you're good, and we're going to take care of you? Next. So we have a new program coming that I do want to talk to you about today, Megan's Monday Market. We were given a donation by Megan's family of an enormous number of video games and equipment. And these tiny little cards all came in bags, and I couldn't read them. So I started photographing them to blow them up so that I could tell what they were, what system they were for. And all of a sudden I thought, how am I going to distribute these? I have hundreds of video games. I don't know what they are. I don't know what the systems are. Wouldn't it be nice if the kids could pick their own, choose what they want to get? So this was born. Megan's Monday Market, because Monday is a day that every kid and every person in chemotherapy needs to have something to look forward to, because that's when a lot of the cycles start, as we all know. And so that'll be starting this summer. We'll keep you all well abreast of it. I'm very proud about this, something that we all put together. Ambassador agents, the real cornerstone of MIB. I wish I could see the sign better of what I wrote. Sorry, excuse me. Oh, we know what ambassador agents are. We're here to help survivors and patients, families who are just going into treatment now, to help them to understand what's coming forward and to be there as a support and comfort to them. And what better person to go for comfort and support than someone who's already been through this in their family. We currently have 33 ambassador agents, fully certified, who are just fabulous people that give of themselves time and time again. Next. Missions. Anne Graham began MIB with a mission for Alyssa. We have since delivered 40 missions of both experiences and special gifts to children throughout North America. It's, of course, thanks to the generosity of our donors. One very important thing that I want to say is all of the programs of MIB are at no charge to the patients or the families, thanks to the extreme generosity of our donors. Oh, Mary Basaga's not here. We have to thank Mary Basaga. So she has been running Prayer Agents, I think, since the start, if I'm not mistaken. And Mary is not here today, but we just want to thank her so much for all of her love and caring in making sure that people know that we're praying for them. Healing Hearts. Healing Hearts is a program that's tailored specifically for bereaved parents. We have wonderful grief therapists available to parents who have lost a child to OS in various group settings. In addition to our annual series of Healing Heart sessions that we have. We are doing a retreat here on Sunday. Anybody is welcome to join. Please come and talk to me if you would like to join the session and have not already signed up for it. Okay, oh, that'd be from 9 to 12 on Sunday. Oh, this spring we have been getting a lot of international attention. People writing to us asking, can you help me? I'm in the UK, I'm Poland, Slovenia, Slovakia, South Africa, and even the Far East, with requests for both warrior mail and ambassador agents. Our osteosarcoma from our family to yours has been translated, as everybody knows, from English to Spanish and Mandarin. We've recently been approached by institutions in Scandinavia, Haiti, Pakistan, to do new translations. So clearly an organized international facet of Make It Better is on the way. I thank you all for attending Factor, and I want to read something to you that I found that I saw in the airport in Detroit on the way here. It didn't make it into my slide. This is a quote from Coretta Scott King that I think is so apt for MIB. The greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Thank you all.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Anita Caldera. I'm the latest agent to join the MIB team. I'm the fundraising events manager, and it is truly an honor and a pleasure to be here with you all today. And I'm here to talk about funding, awareness, collaboration, the FAC, and Factor. And we are going to be inviting you to participate in our upcoming events. So let's get to it. Okay. This July, for Sarcoma Awareness Month, I'm inviting you to participate in our upcoming virtual outrunning event. Now, this can be accomplished by participating virtually. You can sign up today, and we are offering various options. We're going to be doing I'm having some technical issues. Okay. Registration is officially open. We're going to be offering the following options for signing up. We have a virtual 5K, a 10K, and a half marathon. Now, if any of that sounds intimidating or you never pictured yourself doing a half marathon in your life, don't worry. You can go at your own pace. You can accomplish these miles throughout the entire month of July. And I'm pleased to announce that our registration is now open, and you can meet me at the registration area. You can sign up and pick up your swag today. I'm pleased to announce we've partnered with Kendra Scott for a multi-city give back event taking place the weekend of July 15th through the 17th. 20% of all jewelry sales, both online and at participating store locations, will help raise funds for MIB. We will be providing you with a special code that you can use at checkout, and you'll also receive a free gift with purchase. You will also be able to meet local members of our osteosarcoma community. We will have Isabelle in Florida. We will have Kerrigan in Boston. So you will be encouraged to participate and support in any way that you can. This September, for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, I'm encouraging you to be bold and go gold. I'm currently seeking volunteers to sign up as bow makers, and we will be working together, and I'll be shipping you supplies so that you can create bows and sell them to your members of your community. This is a beautiful way to show your support, and you can display these bows at your offices, in your mailboxes, and You will be able to go to our website. You can connect with local bow makers, and they will deliver the bows to you. And as I said, this is just a beautiful way to show your support and honor the members of your community. So we are strongly encouraging you to be bold and go gold this September. And I'm excited to announce Factor X is coming. What is Factor X? Factor X is Factor in one day. So we will be meeting again in Houston this October. So stay tuned for additional details. Thank you so much. I look forward to connecting with you, so please stop by registration and say hello. And I'm just excited to be part of this team as we work together to make it better. Thank you.
Okay. The clicker does not seem to go. Excuse me, I need a little lesson. Got it. Hi. My name is Terry Jean Conlon, and I am the other new kid on the block with Anita. I just want to take a moment and thank everyone I have met for such a warm welcome. You make me feel that I am part of you, so I want to thank you for that. All right, you get stuck getting to know me, because I am the new kid on the block. I come from upstate New York, Plattsburgh, New York, which we joke is an annex of Canada. We're right there. I worked at WPBS as an outreach manager. I also worked as the former development director for Big Brothers Big Sisters. And then I decided to retire with my husband in December, and we moved to Yorktown. And then I unretired and realized I'm not ready to do nothing all day. So, and joined MIB. A few fun facts, and I've spoke to you about this. I'm a dancer, and I competed into my 40s. But one of the most things I'm proud about is I am a Boy Scout. I was suckered into going to their leadership course, if anyone knows Boy Scouts, the Wood Badge course, and I'm the first non-Boy Scout to graduate from that. And then, of course, I'm sucked in after that. So that's something I'm really proud of. So what is development? It has a long, fancy description. So it's the ongoing strategic positioning of an organization to sustain and grow its resources by building relationships with those who understand and care about the organization's relevance in the community. That's a lot of words for development, raises funds for the organization. And we do that a couple different ways. We have corporate partnerships, community partnerships, goodwill donations, grants, awards, fundraising events, which Anita did a beautiful job at describing, planned giving, and family funds. And I'm going to go over just a couple of them. So corporate partnerships, I'm not going to spend too long on this one. They're available, and I would love to speak to you about it. I have a couple examples up here, but I also want you to know we can fine-tune and tailor to what you need and make it beneficially for both of us, beneficial for both of us. So I want to spend a few minutes on family funds. So family funds honor a child in treatment or a child that has passed from osteosarcoma. These funds are critical to continue our mission, and I want to say that these families have touched my heart, the ones that I have met here. These family funds enabled us this year to take our awards from $100,000 last year to $450,000. And it's all because of you, your family, and your friends that we are able to give more to research to just find a cure for this disease. Yeah, it's pretty overwhelming for me to see this happen. So how can you help? Everybody can help some way. Corporate partnerships, just grab me, we can talk. You might know of a funding source that we don't know about. That would be wonderful, let me know. have an idea for a fundraising event or one that you've been to at another nonprofit, Anita and I would love to talk about that. And most importantly, just be an ambassador for us. Get out there, talk about what we do, why it's important. Word of mouth is the best. So you are our greatest asset. Don't ever doubt that. Keep believing in what we're doing and our team. And the other thing is keep believing in our mission, which is making it better for our community of patients, caregivers, and doctors, and researchers. I'm sorry, I almost forgot you, and researchers, through programs, education, and research. So I want you to know I will have to depart a little bit early, but you have just taken me into your heart, and I want you to know you're in my heart, and I'm going to do everything I can for this organization and for this community. Thank you.
Good morning. I am so happy to see all of you here. My name's Christina Iptoma. I won't lie, I'm also really relieved despite all the COVID and flight schedule issues. So glad to see everyone here. I joined MIB Agents in January as the Director of Scientific Programs, and I'm just gonna give you a brief overview of our programs for the scientific community. So I am also mom to Osteo Angel Dylan. Dylan was diagnosed with osteosarcoma in 2016. And he passed in March of 2021. And we attended every single factor conference together since the first one in 2017. And this is in fact the first factor that he's not attending. So I'm here because of Dylan and also for all the other Osteo Angels and Osteo Warriors in our community. And I'm here to cause a cure with all of you. So our scientific programs are built around this key goal: to drive and support education, collaboration, and research in the scientific community to improve treatment options and outcomes. And all our programs are designed with this goal in mind. So one of our newer programs is Turbo, which is our tumor review board for osteosarcoma. And we just launched it in February, and we've had 3 meetings since. We meet every other month, second Wednesday of the month at 5 Eastern, and our next one is coming up in July. And Dr. Mateo Trucco from Cleveland Clinic moderates for us, and we usually review about 3 cases in each meeting, and we return the discussion summary to the presenting doctors within 2 days, or sometimes even faster. And if you're not already on the calendar invite, you can sign up on our website, or you can simply email me. It's a really great educational and collaborative forum, and it's also just a really good way to see your colleagues on a regular basis. I also, just please consider submitting a case. It's really easy. It's a really brief PowerPoint template where you can note the key information about the case. And Turbo is open to doctors only, but for our patients and families, you are welcome to ask your oncologist to present on your behalf. We've had a few cases come through Turbo that way, and it's been really great. Osteobites is our weekly webinar series, and we have experts present on research and trials for osteosarcoma and other topics of interest to our community. We have our junior advisory board, our panelists on osteobites, and they keep it really real, asking really good questions based on their personal experiences. You can tune in live Thursdays at 3 p. Eastern, and if you can't make that time, you can always watch the episodes on demand on our YouTube channel, or you can listen to them on your favorite podcast app. Really great way to stay on top of the latest and greatest in osteo. And our presenters are usually very generous about sharing their slides. So if you register for the webinar, even if you can't attend, you'll get a copy of the slides in email, and you can review them on your own time. And likewise, if you have something that you're interested in presenting on osteobites, just get in touch with me. We are super excited. We launched a new AYA podcast called Osteo in April. It is hosted by 4 of our junior advisory board members, Camille, Mia, Kerrigan, and Vicky, and 3 of them are here at the conference. Actually, they might be heading over to the safari park, but make sure you meet them because they're fantastic. And they spill the tea on everything osteo, 3rd Thursdays of the month. And it's really like candid, unfiltered discussion about AYA perspective on dealing with osteo. And they touch on social emotional issues like relationships or body image. And it's a great resource for AYA patients. They can tap into a community that really gets what they're going through. And I also recommend clinicians to tune in. It's a wonderful way to get some really honest patient perspective. And it's kind of like eavesdropping on your patients when they're talking to their friends about you. And it'll make you an even better clinician than you already are. A few other educational resources on our website I just want to mention briefly. We have a testing and research directory, and it provides an overview of different test options that can either help inform your personal treatment plan or just it lists opportunities where you can contribute to osteosarcoma research. We have a really powerful clinical search engine on our site that's powered by Antidote. Really like clean, simple, direct interface to find osteo trials. And we have this really fantastic resource called Osteosarcoma From Our Family to Yours. It is available to download on our website in 3 languages, English, Spanish, and Chinese. And we also have nice hard copies, spiral-bound books that you can also order on our website for free. And healthcare providers can also order these in small batches. It's really nice to have on hand so that when you have a newly diagnosed patient, you can give this to them, and it kind of tells them what to expect along the way when they're kind of deer in headlights at the very beginning at diagnosis. And it also introduces them to all the wonderful free resources that they can access through our organization. Okay, Outsmarting Osteosarcoma is our annual grant program, and you're going to hear a lot more about this in the next couple of days. We just announced our 6 recipients. We had 6 recipients this year in 2022, and there's an insert in your program where you'll see their names and their photos and what they're working on. And so make sure you meet them and congratulate them in person, and you can hear more about what they're going to be working on. This year, with our 2022 award programs, we will have funded nearly $1 million in research since 2017. So I think that's worthy of like a little applause, because that's pretty amazing. And so, you know, again, thanks to our donors and our family funds for really making that possible. And in 2022, we also revamped our review process a little bit to make it a really robust and inclusive review that uniquely incorporates patient perspective. So we have independent peer review, applications are scored and critiqued on the 5 NIH criteria, and that's what really drives the selection. But we also have stakeholder reviewers involved in our process. Stakeholder reviewers are family funds or donors who have raised $5,000 or more in the previous calendar year. And these stakeholder reviewers get to read all the applications, they get to provide perspective on patient impact, and they also get to participate in the scientific review committee discussion. And then, of course, Factor is a tremendous opportunity to collaborate. And I encourage all of you to meet and connect with as many people as you can, because it will no doubt inform and boost your own work. A lot of the magic at Factor, we say, happens outside this room. A lot of interesting stuff in this room, but a lot of the wonderful stuff happens outside this room. When you're sharing a meal with colleagues, having a cocktail, exchanging emails so that you continue the conversation long after we leave San Diego. Actually, sorry, can I go back? So the other thing I want to say is kind of unique to this conference, and I know a lot of the doctors I've been talking to have noticed this, is that we have the patient caregiver community here. And they will inspire you with their tenacity and their resilience, and also their dedication to fundraising to support that almost $1 million that we funded in research, and also to support collaboration. So this year is also a new thing that we've had, but we have 14 doctors at Factor that are here because of Family Fund Factor Travel Awards. So again, a tremendous accomplishment from our family funds. We are so glad that you are part of our community, especially young investigators. We have several young investigators here this year, and in fact, on our immunotherapy panel, it's all young investigators. And so I kind of think like when you're deciding on what disease to focus on, it's kind of like shopping for a house or kind of looking for the neighborhood that you want to settle down in. And so I just want to say that the osteosarcoma community has a lot going for it. The work is really challenging, but you will encounter terrific teammates. The neighborhood and the community is very supportive, and instead of casseroles, we may occasionally drop off a really big check. And the schools and the teachers are excellent, as evidenced by some of the wonderful mentors that we have in this room. And we throw an awesome block party every year. So we want you all to succeed. This patient community is rooting for you like no other. We want to support your career development with our education and funding programs because we want you to be part of our community. We want you to succeed. The more people that we have working on solving this problem, the greater the likelihood of success. So we hope that you will consider settling down in our community and forging a fulfilling career in causing a cure for osteosarcoma with us. So I started off with our goal for scientific programs, which is to drive and support education, collaboration, and research in the scientific community to improve treatment options and outcomes. And I want to leave you with a really simple image to think of when you think of MIB's scientific programs. You guys are all the glitter. You're like the really sparkly, talented, brave glitter, and MIB Agents is the glue. So we create programs to connect the scientific community to cause collaboration. We create programs to bridge the scientific community and the patient community to provide patient voice and to engage the patient community to cause a cure with us, whether that's through promoting clinical trial enrollment, promoting data and sample collection, and fundraising to support all the wonderful research that is happening. So our programs are the glue that connect this community to collaborate. So thank you all so much, and please come find me. I'm really looking forward to chatting with all of you in person. And please find me, and if you have any ideas to share about how we can best support your good work, I'd love to hear them. Thank you so much. That's it for me. So I think we're actually doing really good on the schedule, and I think we're actually ready to open it up to panel discussion. So if anyone has any questions, Rob is here with the mic. You can either get the mic from Rob to ask a question. You can write down a question on a piece of paper and hand it to Rob, and he can ask it for you. And you can also, this might be a little more complicated, but on the online agenda, you can actually access our virtual sessions in the agenda, and there's also a chat room in there, so if you prefer to do that, you can also chat in your question. But feel free if anyone has any questions, suggestions, anything, we are all ears.
Any questions?
Or we can go get another cup of coffee. There we go. Do you guys have any other comments? I think so, yeah.
Okay, making sure this works. All right, if anyone wants to, come check out Gamer Agents, you don't even have to be like you could be a doctor. I won't judge you. But we'll be in Granada, so you guys can just come stop by, get whooped at Fortnite, whatever you do. But yeah, we also, it's not just me and Bentley in there, so if you don't want to see me, we also have Daniel, who's new, he's a warrior, and then we also have Matt Allen, who is also a warrior. So, we got a lot of good people there, so you're all welcome. Granada.
Questions, comments?
I'm going to ask a question to you all. Were you guys aware of these programs? And if not, what's the best way that we can let all the centers know about all these programs without flooding your inbox? Anyone care to answer that?
I will. We have a very nice new brochure. Oops, can anybody hear me? Okay. Oh, God. We actually have a very nice brochure that that we just finished revamping. We're happy to send it out. It's a small, a threefold brochure, and it has absolutely everything in it that we do. We send that out, but also, I think that the OS Resources book, you can, as Christina talked about before, you can go on, have anybody, at your institution fill it out, make a request for books. You can have in Spanish or English in a spiral copy, which I really suggest is great because it's the size that can go in any handbag or backpack that the patients can just take with them, from appointments to treatment and all at the same time. And also, but I think we'll send you brochures, as many as you'd like to have. And it's just a simple one-stop shop for, these are some people here at MIB agents who are here to help you. And we're happy to do that. We don't mind having our inbox deluged, by no means. Contact us whenever you want. Have anybody that you know that needs us contact us. I can't stress that enough. Thank you. Oh, God. Oh, like this.
Okay, so mad props to the team because they did such a good job that everybody's just going, well, I don't have any questions. That was amazing. But really, honestly, every program, everything that we do was informed by either a personal experience with osteosarcoma or by somebody saying, wow, it'd be really great if you could do this or if you could facilitate that. So as everybody said, let's go. Like, what do you got? We'll do our best to execute it and do the best job we can with it. In the meantime, there's some things going on at the conference if nobody has any questions, but still ask questions when I'm done talking here in 2 seconds. But if you are walking around the conference, as Sean mentioned, the HQ, which is short for headquarters, it's our Osteo Warriors headquarters /HQ. At HQ, you're gonna get session envy, I gotta tell you, because they have painting classes. They're going on safari tomorrow at the San Diego Safari Park, which is like crazy. Like, I'm thinking about leaving you guys to go on safari or go painting or any of these other amazing experiences that Mary O'Hannigan has put together in HQ and the Jeffries family sponsors and supports every year. So I wanted to tell you about that. And also, it gets a little intense, all these scientific sessions, and you can, if you're me anyway, feel not very smart at a certain point during the session. So you're also welcome to dip out and go to one of our wellness sessions. They're extraordinary sessions, sound healing bath, healing touch, flower arranging, painting, all kinds of things going on. You just need to check with somebody out in the just out in the lobby here, and they'll hook you up with a cool class. Okay, last chance, y'all. Any questions?
Dr. Healy.
I want to congratulate you, John Healy. I want to congratulate you on just the breadth of programs that have developed and how outstanding they are in the presentations this morning. But in particular, I want to highlight what Christina and Matteo have done in the grant review process. And so I've been on many, many reviews, from NIH to the VA to the NIH of Canada and Italy and other places, and other foundations. But this is the best run one that I've encountered in the most transparent way. And it also not only has reached great conclusions in the funding, but has built community within the reviewers and then families who have participated in it. And so it has met a goal that I've never seen met in any other such organization. And so my point is to call out for the great work that people have done, but also to inspire confidence in donors that this is being done in an extremely high level. And this isn't just a mom and pop organization, as much as I love mom and pop. But anyway, so congratulations.
Any other questions? And I'm going to throw, can you guys? And I'd like to just, I think it's probably a little too early for Karen Jean, but in regard to the big growth that we saw this year and the number of awards, anything that you would like to just highlight or talk about that really led to this? Because it was a huge jump from the year before.
So many things to say on this, and Terry Jean can jump in too after this, but the credit really for improving the amount of research that we're able to fund this year, really, it doesn't go to one thing. I'm going to give you one thing anyway, and that's family funds. So families who have meaningfully supported MIB agents and they can choose a fund, they can choose research, they can support programs, or they can support general MIB agents. Their dedication to their family fund it's everything. Many of our family funds are honoring a child who has passed from osteosarcoma, and many of these kids whom I knew, when we've asked them in the past, like we're doing an end-of-life mission for them or something, and we're like, what do you want? And there's no limits. What do you want? And we've done like crazy, amazing things that I doubted we could have done, but they got done extraordinarily. But the first thing that they say when we ask, what do you want to do? Like, where do you want to go? What do you want to have? The door's wide open. They'll say, just cure this. Nobody else should have to suffer the way that I've suffered. This isn't okay. We're in the 21st century, and we're dying out here, and we're dying slow and painful deaths. It's sorry to be graphic, but it is what it is. It's a horrible, horrible death. And so we really all work in honor of kids who are in treatment and in memory of those who have passed. That's a powerful thing, especially when you know for sure that you are honoring the wishes of your child, not only of your child, but the other children who have suffered from this cancer. So Family Funds is really central to who we are at MIB Agents. They are why we do what we do, and they are why we get to do what we do. They fund, they inspire, they give us courage. It's Family Funds. That's really at the core of it. And I'll hand it over to Terry Jean.
I am new, but in the short time that I've been here, it has become quite clear that Family Funds is critical for us to continue our growth. But one thing I want to say is that there is no amount that does, every amount helps. It may be, a huge donation, and it may be, a community where people where you work donating $25 each. It all adds up. And the key to getting there, as I said earlier, was just talk about it. If the more people, I have learned so much in a short amount of time. So I can't imagine what you that are dealing with this, living with this daily, what you can do to keep us growing. And I'm going to get emotional, but I just want to say that I have a friend that has been a friend for I don't know how many years, 5, 6 years, close friends that we travel with. And when I took this job, she said, oh, my sister had osteosarcoma. And if I had never mentioned it, if I had never taken that job, I wouldn't have learned so much for her. So please, just talk about it. And as you do that, we'll grow and we'll be able to just fund more research and do more for everybody.
And to build off of that, I can't speak intelligently about the whole fundraising. I'm just in awe and amazed at the incredible work you guys do. But I do want to, emphasize this is a community, and also to all the researchers and physicians out there. We set up the Outsmarting Osteosarcoma as a $100,000 grant because that's all we had the first couple years. Now that we have more money, you know, we debated, do we just do more $100,000 grants? Do we do the Young Investigator grant? And that was kind of our stab at it. But we're a community. We want to hear from you guys. This is not the Ann and Mateo show. And when we get feedback on the Factor Conference, when we get feedback on the programs or anything like that, we listen to you guys and we try to improve, and it is our job, so to speak, to make these programs what you guys want it to be, to support you guys as much as possible. And a plug, Christina put in the docs welcome packet a sheet with a QR code for a survey asking specifically that. Of these programs, do you participate? How can we make it better? We want to hear from you guys. You get entered in a raffle, so there's that incentive. But please take that survey, because we do read them, we do listen, and it's extremely valuable, because we want to make all these programs the community's programs, and we can only do that by hearing back from you guys.
Yeah, I'll just say there's possibly a massage with your name on it waiting for you at 5:45 today, so definitely fill out that survey.
Any other
Anything
questions?
All right, we can shall we just go to break? If no one has any other questions or comments?
As we did just learn, first of all, if you're coming up on the stage, speakers, you have to go around the screen. And 2, laser pointer probably not going to work so good because of the angle. And then when you're up here at the panel, take the microphone off the stand, because you have to have it up close. That's all.
All right, thank you all.